Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3 back with another kicking, you guessed it, action figure review. I will now be starting the reviews for the figures from our last action figure haul. The first of which will be the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Hasbro Pulse website exclusive Mighty Morphin Metallic Pink Ranger. This Hasbro figure can only be received from the Hasbro Pulse website. I actually waited a while to pick this one up. Like, when all the other Hasbro Pulse exclusives went live, I bought them up immediately. But this one I waited on because I kind of had a feeling it wouldn't disappear overnight like the Lord Drakon Evo 3 did. So I picked her up. Now, Hasbro's kind of doing this thing with the Star Wars Black series right now, where they're making just metallic versions, like basically just metallic repaints of a lot of the figures they've already released, which I think is lazy, to be completely honest. But in the case of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, in Season 3 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, there was a metallic form. You know, back in the day when this line started dropping, I actually did predict that as soon as the full Mighty Morphin team was released, they would start making Metallic Rangers. And here we are, with the Mighty Morphin Metallic Pink Ranger, as predicted. I'm actually surprised they did pink first and not, like, red or something, but still pretty cool. And it's more than just metallic. It's actually also a translucent figure, and I don't know if you all know this about me, but I'm a sucker for translucent action figures. The box is basically the same as the regular Pink Ranger, but it actually has all this glitter and stuff on it, and it's like textured. It's very nice depth. You can kind of tell it is a bit of an exclusive packaging with the way that the metallic pink was done. You know, product image on the back, legal stuff all over. You know, it's fun. It's a pretty normal box, but like just different enough to tell it's exclusive, which is very cool. So, yeah, let's bust her out of package. And here she is out of package, the Mighty Morphin Metallic Pink Ranger. You'll notice it's not Kimberly. That is because in Season 3, the Pink Ranger was no longer Kimberly. Amy Jo Johnson had exited the show by then. And this is Kat. Yeah. Tommy's new lady friend, who it says he marries in the future. He's not married to her in Dino Thunder, but according to Mighty Morphin, they do get married and have grandchildren, which of course means they had children, and one of their grandkids becomes a Power Ranger later, is implied. But yeah, it's basically the same Pink Ranger figure with some minor differences. The first difference being that the figure is cast in a translucent pink plastic. I do warn some caution. Translucent plastic can be more fragile than solid plastic, than like opaque plastic, so keep that in mind, for sure. That's the main difference. It's also full of glitter, which is actually what gives it the metallic feel, so it's not even technically metallic. Like the white is kind of like a silvery metallic, but the pink technically really isn't. Which is fine by me, actually, because I kind of prefer translucent over a metallic paint job anyways. I think it makes it more unique anyhow. You know? Makes me really glad I didn't pick up the metallic Legacy Rangers. I didn't like that line enough to pick up the Legacy metallic Mighty Morphins, but Lightning Collection, I do like it enough. So yeah, I won't be displaying it with the cat head. I never display my Power Rangers with their civilian heads. Like, who does, right? So I won't be displaying her with the cat head. She comes with several accessories. She has the bow holding hand, and this holding hand as well. So this one holds the blaster, this one holds the bow. Here is the bow itself. It looks a little different than the other bow. This one's more of a silvery color, while the regular bow that comes with the Pink Ranger is white for the regular Pink Ranger. You also get the metallic helmet, which I will be putting on shortly. She comes with two interchangeable hands, kind of a karate chop hand and a punching hand. Pretty neat. She comes with her Power Blaster. Seems to be basically the same as the other Pink Rangers, which is fine. You get the Energy Arrow effect, which does look different than the one that came with Pink Ranger and different than the one that came with Ranger Slayer. So all three of those Pink Rangers have excuse me, have different effects. They're all the same sculpt, but they're all differently. See, this one goes from completely clear up to a translucent pink, which is different. You get the same kind of silver regular arrow. I'd rather display it with the energy arrow. And then there's something else that comes with the Ranger. Whatever this is, it looks like a chunk of hot glue or something. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a Zeo crystal or something. I highly doubt that. Maybe it's the thing that gives them their metallic form. I haven't watched Power Rangers or Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 3 since like 2015. And that's the only time I've watched it all the way through instead of watching random episodes because, let's face it, Season 3 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers isn't very good. Sue me. But, yeah, if you can tell me what this is in the comments, I'll be forever grateful. And feel free to make me look like an idiot when you tell me as well. So, now on to detail and paint. As I said, I really like translucent figures. The white has kind of been turned to like a metallic-y silvery color. I don't super think this looks like our cat. I don't. I really don't. I wish this could have maybe been more metallic-y. Like, when you're looking right at her, the kind of belt and holster really don't look as metallic, so they really stand out. The belt doesn't stand out as much as the holster itself, but not super great. You do have a pretty well sculpted and painted Morpher, though. Since it's Mighty Morphin, they get a painted Morpher, but most Rangers don't get a painted Morpher because they're not Mighty Morphin, and Hasbro only cares about Mighty Morphin, but so do most adult Power Ranger fans for some reason. Just nostalgia, I guess, even though it's not even close to the best series of Power Ranger. Anyways, let's get on into articulation. Now, I'm going to swap out the heads because this head will not articulate as well as the helmeted head, simply because that long hair will kind of get in the way a little bit. So let's get that helmet on. Very nice. And the helmet's painted pretty well also. So articulation-wise, we got side to side on the head. A bit of a wobble. Up and down, of course. You have that kind of butterfly joint on the arms that Hasbro likes and that I love. Up and down, rotation, elbow bend, elbow swivel. All the wrists go forward and back like this. And rotate. All four hands do, except the bow hand, which does up and down like this instead and rotates. The bow hand's the only different one, though. A lot of torso, waist crunch. I prefer the waist crunch with the torso like this. I wish they would transition that fully to Marvel Legends instead of just having it on one Spider-Man figure. The legs do go in and out, forward and back. Not much back because of that booty. The skirt hinders a tiny bit, but not that much, to be honest. I wish they'd give us cloth skirts. If we can get cloth, you know, on the Black series for Star Wars, I don't see why we can't get cloth on Power Rangers. I mean, I'm sure Star Wars makes them more money than Power Rangers does, to be honest. At least toy sale-wise, but still. Rotation on the thigh. We got a double knee bend, a boot swivel. There's also up and down on the Peats with an ankle pivot. Very cool. Good job, Pink. Now let's get into some size comparisons. First up, here's our metallic Pink Ranger with some other Power Rangers Lightning Collection figures to show what she will look like with the male members of her team and also just a general male sculpt. Here is the Mighty Morphin Red Ranger on the left. I think they look pretty good together. And to show her with another female Ranger, the In-Space Yellow Ranger on the right. And those two are in continuity together as well, because they're part of that original Sabin series and part of the Zordon saga, which is pretty cool. Here she is with the other Mighty Morphin Pink Rangers. This is actually kind of more to show how they differ kind of design-wise and stuff than it is for scaling, because of course she's going to be the same exact scale as the first release of the Pink Ranger that's not metallic. So, you know, if you have like a Pink Ranger display or Mighty Morphin display, this is what your 3 Lightning Collection MMPR Pinks will look like together. And here she is with the current Kids Power Ranger toy line, which I do also really like. The Beast Morphers toy line. I'm actually only missing one figure from this standard line. So I do need to pick that up. But here she is with Drillroido, aka Drilltron, on the left, and Blue Buster, aka Beast Morphers Blue, on the right. And honestly, I think she works with them. You know, so if you want to have her with your Beast Morphers line, that's fine. At the time of recording this, this is still the current line. It's still what's on shelves in my area. But Dino Fury will be replacing it very soon, and I'm going to get like every Dino Fury toy for real. Like, I'm going to get so much Dino Fury. But until then, so what are my thoughts on the Hasbro Pulse exclusive web shop Mighty Morphin Metallic Pink Ranger? She's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. If you missed out on the regular pink, you know, it'll be a fun addition. If you're like me and you want to collect like every possible alternate form of every Ranger, this was an official form that appeared in the show. Once again, I wouldn't get metallics of characters that didn't have metallic forms in continuity. But since these Rangers did, I'm happy to get them. Plus, I'm a sucker for translucent figs. I'm displaying her with her Power Blaster instead of her bow because my other 2 Pink Rangers have bow, so I figured why not. She is a very cool figure, great articulation, very fun detail and paint, good sculpt even though we've seen it before, but it's not like I expected a complete resculpting for this because it's a repaint in the show, so why not a repaint as the figure? I like it. I think it was worth the money. But if you're not the type that's trying to collect every single form of every single Ranger like me, and you kind of just want the basics, like basic teams, this is probably an easy pass, because it's really just a translucent sparkly version of another figure with basically 2 different accessories. And if you really want a cat Pink Ranger, you know, if you're really patient, you can probably just wait. Like, let's not sit here and pretend that one day Hasbro is not going to release this exact figure with a cat's head, right? Let's not sit here and pretend that's not going to happen. This is not going to be the only chance to get Cat's head. Down the road, once they've spaced out the Mighty Morphin Pinks enough, and maybe even before that, they'll give us just a regular Pink Ranger that's Cat. I know they will. They won't be able to help themselves with Mighty Morphin. Plus, it'll sell also, simply because it is Mighty Morphin. But that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Once again, if you're a big fan, this is a good grab. But if you're pretty casual and casually collecting Power Rangers, you might just want the regular pink, unless you're going to get the whole team as metallic. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you next time when we review a Marvel Legend figure.